Well, good evening, fam. Hey, it's your brother G Hightower coming in on this wonderful Saturday night. Yes, and I got a big question for all of us who are single tonight. The question is, are you really relationship ready? I mean, come on, let's be honest, y'all. Listen, I want to welcome you to the Late Night Love Chat with your brother G Hightower, the Entanglement Coach. My job is to help people get free from entanglements, break free from soul ties, get healed from soul wounds so you can be ready for your soul mate. I'm asking all of us a question. I'm putting myself in the mix. Are you really relationship ready? Do you have a relationship mindset? Because, of course, the first question, most people who are single and desire love would say, yes, absolutely, Coach G, I'm ready. I'm relationship ready. Yeah, I'm ready for a relationship. I've been ready. I'm out here on some Usher energy. I'm ready for a new relationship with you. I got it. I got you. I got you. But guess what? There's a difference between desiring a relationship and actually having a relationship mindset. Everything that we do, consider this, beloved, every single thing that we do in life, whether it's pursuing a job, your academic goals, your family, financial goals, whatever those things are, your inventions that you would create, that book, that song that you want to write, that awesome production you want to create. Everything that we do in life requires a focused mindset in order to accomplish the goal, right? And so now think about this. And I'm going to get a little bit deep here. But now, from a spiritual perspective, those of us who are spiritual people, those of us who are citizens of the kingdom, we all understand that the moment you become laser focused on any particular goal, there's going to be literally distractions that are sent your way to stop you from accomplishing what you set out to do, right? We all understand that. Now, going a little bit deeper here, the enemy hates marriage. The enemy hates love. The enemy hates relationships of any kind. The enemy hates any type of harmonious relationships on a business level, platonic level, and certainly on a romantic level that leads to marriage. Why? Because God, the most beautiful example of God's relationship to us as humans is the relationship that's personified through the husband and wife relationship. The husband and wife relationship is the perfect example of two becoming one. And the perfect union of, let me give it to you like this, family, the perfect union of something that's divinely orchestrated that comes together in the realm of the natural. All right. And so God even refers to us as a people as us being married to him. And so you see all the way back from the Old Testament to the New Testament, when God got angry at a people, it was always because people were going completely contrary to his will. And so he would say, particularly about the children of Israel, when they started worshiping things they made with their own hands. I mean, that doesn't even make good sense on a logical level, right? It's not even intelligent that you would worship something that you literally crafted with your own hands. But God said when they were making false idols and they were worshiping golden graven images, God says, listen, this nation is committing adultery against me. Hey, what's up, Sharon Jackson? I see you, Queen Lavora. Brother Dwight, what's up, King? Good to see you. Listen, you all come in, family. I'm just go ahead and I'm getting warmed up. I'm not teaching yet. I'm just getting warmed up. Listen, I need you all to go ahead and share this broadcast. Go ahead. Hit that share button. Hit that share button. Let's get some folks in here tonight. We got to help some people, y'all. Listen, I want to help people because there is a dire need in the earth realm, especially here in North America. There's, hey, Pastor D is in the building. Blessings, Pastor D. Good to see you. There's a dire need here in North America, family, for people to come together in relationships. And a lot of us, we don't want to admit the fact that we need help. We need help. And it's amazing because many of us don't think that we need help, especially those of us who are intelligent beings, those of us who have been in long-term relationships and or long-term marriages, and we feel like we don't need any help because we have enough experience. But the reality is, family, I believe that, especially for those of us who've been in long-term marriages, I believe this, that everything that we invested in that previous marriage or relationship, I believe that that can kind of become deceptive because you're thinking about something that you invested in 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, that the same mindset is what's required today, and it's not. My sister just got married 2 weeks ago in Barbados. Shout out to my beautiful sister, my sister Lisa. And and let me go ahead and put this out here because I have a lot of women all over the country and literally around the world that I refer to as my sister or sis, because the Bible instructs us to do that, to treat the younger women as sisters, to treat the older women as mothers. So that's how I handle and I make sure I manage those relationships properly according to the word. Well, my sister always likes, because I only have one sibling, and my sister always likes to let people know that that she is my only baby girl, because she's my younger sister. So she likes to let everybody know. So shout out to baby girl and her awesome husband, who just got married 2 weeks ago in Barbados. Now watch this. A few years ago, just before my sister's divorce, where she was married to this man for almost 28 years, I took her on vacation with me. We went on a wonderful cruise. Shout out to Royal Caribbean, my favorite shipping line. And we went on a beautiful vacation. I took my sister with me, and I knew it was a good getaway for her. And she told me this. She says, "Brother, if this thing ends in divorce, I'm never getting married again. Like I'm never going to put myself out here again to get hurt again, to have my trust betrayed." Um, I certainly understood how she felt, but me knowing my sister the way I know her, she is a woman who is designed to be a wife. Now, let me give much respect and love to all the women who are not necessarily marriage focused women. There's a lot of women who are happy and content in their singleness. I salute all the women who are content in their singleness. I salute all my brothers who are content in their singleness. My only question to you is, however, is if you are choosing a life of singleness and you are also a believer, are you also choosing a life of abstinence, or as many of you would call celibacy? Because now, if you are choosing a life of singleness, then you should also be preserving your temple and not sharing your temple, this body which belongs to God. You should not be sharing that temple with anybody who's not your husband. Brothers, we shouldn't be sharing this temple with anybody who's not our wife. According to God's standard. I didn't write it. I didn't say it. I'm backing up what God says. So I just put that as an aside. All right. Now, Ariana, happy birthday. Blessings to you. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. So listen, let's delve into this. And family, I say this, family of God, not as some man who's got it all together and I got all the answers. I don't. But I do say this as a man who has put in the work to maintain a life of abstinence, and I'm holding out for abstinence until my wedding night with my beautiful wife. That's it. That's it. And for those of you who are haters and doubters, listen, I would still be happily married today. Things didn't work out that way with the woman that I chose to marry. I won't go into the details tonight, but I would be still a happily married man today if my wife decided that she wanted to be a faithful wife when I married her. That didn't happen. So it is what it is. But I maintained abstinence while we were dating, all the way until we got married. So I do this work, and I'm not perfect, far from it. I've made tons of mistakes, some things that I am very, very regretful about. Nevertheless, I thank God for his grace. And like all of us, he's given us his grace and his mercy, and yet keep it pushing, right? And so I'm maintaining abstinence until marriage. I believe in it wholeheartedly. Because what I know is that when you really start loving someone and then you become sexual in a relationship, and you haven't taken the time to really thoroughly vet that person's character yet, or to even see if we are really a good fit for each other, what I call purpose partners, being suitable companions for each other, you can get involved sexually and the sex is great, but we're not a real good fit for each other. So we're enjoying each other sexually, but we're not a good match mentally. We're not a good match emotionally. We don't share the same core values spiritually or financially. And then that leads to a conflict that ultimately leads to divorce. So you hear couples all the time talking about they had a great sex life, but they can't stand each other. So I believe, ladies and gentlemen, and listen, the spiritual part of it is this, and this is a psychological principle as well, that is across the board universally. All psychologists agree that getting involved sexually prior to marriage is going to diminish your discernment. It's going to give you it's going to give you cloudy judgment. All right. Your judgment is just going to be cloudy. There are some things you will naturally compromise on. If you get involved sexually before marriage, there's some things you're going to compromise on. You're going to see certain red flags. You'll be like, oh, well, but you know what though? Oh, wait, but the sex though, but that sex though, you know, come on, brothers, you know, we're guilty of it too. It's like, man, she got a bad temper, but man, we got that loud hell, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, for real, you know what I mean? You know, and so we will naturally compromise. All right. Hey, Michelle Reyes. Terrell is in the building. What's up, brother? Good to see you. So listen, let's get into it. You all hit the share button and do me a favor. Boom, drop 3 names in the comment section, if you will. Drop 3 names in the comment section. What that does, family, it essentially tags people and brings people into the broadcast. I'm going to go ahead and jump right on in to this topic tonight. Hey, Lady Felicia, blessings to you. Thank you for coming in. Blessings to you all. Listen, y'all hurry up. Let's go. Let's share. Let's drop some names in the comment section. Y'all know what to do. Shouldn't have to wait on y'all. Come on. Y'all my family. Y'all know when I come on here, I'm coming on not for play. I'm coming on here ready to drop some nuggets. So as soon as y'all come in, y'all should be sharing automatically. I shouldn't have, listen, and I'm not fussing. I'm just telling you. I'm just talking to my family. Y'all know when Coach G comes on, when Dr. G comes live, he's coming. He's ready to drop them bombs. All right. So as soon as y'all come in, y'all should be automatically sharing, dropping 3 names in the comment section, 3 or more. Right? You already know what I'm coming to do. I'm on a mission. My mission from the Lord. My mission from the Lord is all about building healthy love relationships. That is my God ordained assignment. I didn't call myself to it. I've been chosen for it. That's it. I'm not the most qualified cat in the world, not even close. But thankfully, God qualifies those whom he has called. All right, let's get into it. Let's go. All right, so love nugget number 1, family. How do we know if we are really relationship ready? Because a lot of people think that they have the right mindset for relationships, but many of us don't. All right, here we go. Love nugget number 1, you'll know that you have, or let me say it like this. I'm gonna kind of go from a different perspective. You'll know that the person you're interested in, or even yourself, that you don't have a relationship mindset yet, that you're not fully submitted to having a relationship mindset, you'll know that that's lacking when you are not willing to be emotionally naked. Oh my God. Sharon Jackson, it's about to get deep up in here. Michelle Reyes, you came in just in time. Listen, Dwight, I'm telling you, Bishop, love you, brother. Good to see you. Listen, we're about to drop some bombs up in here. Y'all better get to sharing because I'm about to start dropping these love nuggets. Listen. Emotional nakedness is being willing to be vulnerable with your partner. And I know as men, let me talk to my brothers first. I know as men, it's really challenging for us because men, we're often completely crucified for showing, being emotionally vulnerable, being emotionally naked. Uh, Women are crying out for men to be more emotionally intelligent or emotionally available. But on the other side of that, a lot of women don't necessarily give us the grace to share our emotional, express our emotional needs. And brothers, before you come up in here and come on my post and talk about, you know, this brother's a beta male, a simp, you don't know me at all. So I would encourage you, because you don't know me, because there's been some nasty, small-minded brothers, and you have to be a small-minded brother. You have to be a small-minded man. You have to be a small-minded black man to accuse, falsely accuse, and criticize another man without giving the honor of getting to know that man, or at the very least, you don't have to go as far as getting to know him, but at least as a man, as a gentleman, that you would ask a question so you can really find out what his perspective is and not judge a man based on something that he posts or something that he talks about on a podcast. So I don't even honor, I don't even, I don't even get into that because, those men are not on my level, mentally, intellectually, emotionally, or spiritually. So I just don't get into that. But men will quickly say if a man is making himself available emotionally, that he's a simp, that he's a beta male, that he's weak, and all of those men, if I were able to talk to them one on one, I could find within 15 to 20 minutes of a conversation, I wouldn't even need a half hour. Within 15 to 20 minutes of a conversation, I would find a broken area in that man. And he's putting up this air of machismo and false bravado because he thinks he's got to put up this tough facade in order to prove his masculinity. True masculinity is not only found in physical strength and mental strength, but true masculinity really begins in a man's spiritual strength and his emotional awareness. Because every great leader that you know made himself vulnerable in certain moments on an emotional level so he can convey a message and lead a people. All right. So if you fail to do that, brothers, or you are resistant to do that, you lose out for yourself and you'll never have the deepest, most intimate bond and connection you could have with your woman, because this is what women are asking for. Now, brothers, you have to be careful in how you give that out, and you have to be careful with whom you give that to, because every woman is not built. I don't care what they say. Every woman is not built to handle a man's emotional nakedness. Every woman can't see that, right? Just like every man is not equipped to handle a woman's emotional traumas, things that she's been through. Every man is not equipped to cover every woman. Some women that are absolutely brilliant and beautiful, but she's been through some painful, some hellaciously painful situations, taken advantage of, betrayed. And so it takes a special kind of man to be able to cover that type of woman and be a good fit for her on the spiritual and emotional level, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, for all of us, love nugget number one, you'll know if you are really ready, if you have a relationship mindset, because you are willing to be emotionally naked, you are willing to have emotionally mature conversations. Now, let me give you A, B, and C of what an emotionally mature, emotionally naked conversation looks like. Number one, no judgment. Somebody drop this in the chat for me real quick. Emotional maturity means hashtag no judgment. No judgment. We are so quick to judge. Half of the women that I've befriended over the years, I already know I would never share the deep, intimate things of my heart, how I think, how I feel, or things that I've experienced, and even painful, traumatic experiences that stem all the way back to my childhood. I would never have those conversations with most women because most women are not equipped. It doesn't mean, ladies, I'm not minifying the significance of who you are spiritually, what you're called to, your positions, your titles, your education, none of that. I just know from experience, having served in this capacity as a pastoral counselor of 20 years, that every woman is not equipped to handle a man's emotional nakedness. You have to be willing to come to the table and not judge him. Not judge him because of the experiences that he's had sexually. Not judge him for the things that he might have done, the little shady stuff that he might have done. And like, yo, I went to jail on that one. You know what I mean? When I was 18, I had sticky fingers, But he went to jail. No, not a felony, but he went to jail, spent a month or 2 months in jails, but he became reformed. He got educated, got out there, finished his degree. Boom, he went out there, got a certification, got a job. Boom, he went out there, created a business, and now he's doing extremely well as a man. But as a young boy who was growing into manhood, he made some terrible mistakes. Can you handle that? Can you handle what he did 15, 20 years ago? Can you handle what he did 5 years ago? But he has shown, he has demonstrated steps of improvement, steps of growth. Can you handle that? I find that a lot of us in the church, we are the only body of people on the planet that will kill our own wounded. Brothers and sisters who are just trying to get up and get out of wherever they've been, we will put our foot on their necks. I can't believe you did that. Who does that? And they'll say things like that and make a person shut down. So ladies, gentlemen, if you're going to be in a relationship, what demonstrates relationship mindset is that you are a person who is emotionally mature. And that means that you are able to handle a person's mature emotional stuff without judgment. Okay. Your relationship with this person should be a quote unquote no judgment zone. All right. It also means, family, that I am available for us to have one on one dialogue to address any broken areas, any areas where you are still troubled with that, any areas where it needs healing, any areas where, watch this, ladies and gentlemen, that I still have trust issues today based on something that happened yesterday. Oh my God, let me drop this love nugget on you. And not only am I willing to do that soul work, but I also am expressing how I feel based on something that happened. And even though today it's not real, I have this feeling based on something that was in my past. Can you handle that? All right. And couple, I said I was going to give you A, B, and C. And then coupled with that, family, is that I'm going to give, here's B, that I'm going to practice. I'm going to practice with you forgiveness and compassion. Forgiveness and compassion, right? That if it was something regarding me, that I'm going to forgive you. If it's something that you experience with somebody else, I'm going to have compassion on you, because guess what? I did some shady stuff too, right? And then C of this first love nugget is this, that not only am I going to have compassion and forgiveness for you, but I'm also going to help you. We're gonna unpack this baggage together, and then we'll figure out how we have coping mechanisms, right? So a coping mechanism, ladies and gentlemen, is this, where I am not going to make certain sarcastic comments that reminds you of what you did, right? So for example, if a person went to jail, we're not going to make jokes with each other, be like, okay, hey, jailbird, okay, jailbird. We're not going to make jokes like that. That's an unhealthy coping mechanism. That is triggering for somebody. It's insulting. It's rude. And it makes a person feel small. It makes a person feel less than. And now, why would I open up and continue to share things with you when all you're going to do is remind me of the mistakes I made in my past? All right. Hey, Michelle Hall. All right, let's go on to the next. So, relationship mindset. Relationship mindset. This is a huge one, family. Um, if you are a person that has a relationship mindset, you have developed and you are constantly working on your communication skills. This one is quite baffling to me, because many of us, because we speak well and we express ourselves well, just because you speak well and you express yourself well doesn't necessarily mean that you're a good communicator. What do you mean, Dr. G? How can you express yourself well and not be a good communicator? Here we go. I got you. The objective of effective communication is not only my ability to express myself, to articulate and elocute my message, it is the ability to give the other person a clear message that leaves them with understanding about what you're sharing. If the other person is not in a place of understanding, if the other person is left confused, if the other person is left missing clues to this puzzle that you just laid out, then you have not effectively communicated. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not up to the hearer to understand the message. It is incumbent upon you, the communicator, to communicate a message to the receiver that leaves them with understanding. It's your job. It's not their job. Well, I done talked to you 18 times about it and you still don't understand. Okay, then boo, keep talking until you get through. Because clearly you have not done a good job. Gentlemen, we got to make sure that woman understands, because brothers, here's where we miss it. And women are just the same. Women are just the same. But brothers, here's where we miss it. We can't talk to the woman the way we would talk to each other. Okay, brothers? Like, I can talk to my brother Dwight. Hey, Prophetess Monica, good to see you, evangelist. Blessings on you. I can talk to my brother Dwight and communicate a message to him in a way that I would need to soften that message and package it differently if I'm going to speak to Queen Labora. If I'm talking to my brother Dwight, we're men. So we don't like all of the extras. We don't need all of the peripheral things. We want a clear, concise message. Boom. Cut to the chase, man. Cut to the chase. We don't need all the extras. We don't need to know who was wearing what on that day. We don't need none of that. Clear and concise. Straight to the point. Ladies, yeah. Rhonda says, I'm talking in riddles. Yes, Rhonda, absolutely. Listen, listen. That's what we need. That's what we need. Hey, Melody. So so now for women, a woman can take the same exact story that was just shared, and when she shares it with her lady friends or she shares it with her husband, there's all these other factors. Listen, there was a car accident that happened at the stoplight, right? That happened at the intersection. When the woman tells the story, so, honey, so I was going and I was driving, I was driving the speed limit, and then I came to a stop. And, something was telling me, like I needed to like just pause for a second because I saw this lady, she was crossing the street and she had on this bad yellow dress and this bad yellow bag. And I was like, okay, girl, okay. Oh, yes, it's giving, auntie. Yes, yes. I saw her crossing the street, and so that already kind of gave me a clue because yellow means something in the realm of the spirit. And so I kind of knew that warning, comes before destruction. So I should have known that something was about to happen. But anyway, honey, so let me tell you what happened. So then, and he's sitting there like, oh my God, babe, can you just tell me what happened at the scene of the accident? Are you okay? Is the car totaled out? Do you need to come to the house? What do I need to do for you, babe? See, Lady Felicia said, you got to see the whole picture. Lady Felicia, we don't care. I just need to know one thing. Is my wife okay? Number one. Where are you, baby, so I can come get you? Number two. Number three, is the car totaled out? That's it. That's all I need to know. I don't give a cotton pig what the lady had on when she was crossing the street. I don't care what the gentleman was driving, coming in the opposite direction. I don't care about none of that. So women and men communicate vastly differently. Thus, the great Dr. John Gray wrote a book years ago entitled Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. So, we tell you all of that because y'all would be fussing. No, Miss Rhonda, let me help you up in here tonight. I don't know if you're married, Miss Rhonda, but let me help you. We're going to be fussing the fact that you keep going on and on and on about all of these peripheral details of the story that has nothing to do with what we're concerned about. We're concerned about you and your health. We're concerned about, do I need to come and get you and where are you at and what's the state of the vehicle? That's it. Everything else we can discuss later. Oh, okay. So, okay, I see. I see. Okay, so Miss Rhonda is saying we're doing all of those details to throw up a smoke screen. Okay, I got it now, Miss Rhonda. Thank you. Thank you for putting us up on game. Okay, I got it now. Miss Rhonda is saying we put all that up as a smoke screen so you can be distracted by all of that and then not be mad at us. Okay, gotcha, Miss Rhonda. Thank you for educating the brother. I receive it. All right. So listen, communication requires us to be uh, selfless. All right. So it's not just about what I need to say to you, it's about how I need to package it for you so that you can understand the message. That's effective communication. And then that's only half of it, ladies and gentlemen. The other half of effective communication is effective listening. Somebody drop that in the chat for me. Effective listening skills, effective listening skills, effective listening skills. This means that after I've communicated my message, I zip it shut to the up and I let my partner share without interruption. And here is a problem for many of us. You don't know how to shut up long enough and you don't know how to resist the temptation to interrupt your partner. That's not effective communication. That's not having, thank you, Miss Rhonda, that's not having effective listening skills. And ladies, let me help y'all. Gentlemen, let me help y'all. When you interrupt your partner, and I'm not talking about one interruption or maybe two because you're asking a question just for clarity's sake, but for the most part, family, just resist the temptation to interrupt at all because every single time you interrupt them, you throw off their train of thought. A person is going to forget and lose their train of thought of what they were saying, or on a mental, emotional level, it makes the person feel disrespected because what you're asking me or the point you want to make on top of what I'm trying to share is more important to you than you hearing me. And I just gave you the floor. I just let you share your heart. Now, when I'm talking, you want to interrupt me. It makes that person feel disrespected and disregarded. And brothers, I want to help us here. Brothers, the woman needs to be secured in knowing that she's heard and understood. Brothers, if you bless her with clear understanding and make her feel loved and accepted and understood on a mental level, on an emotional level, the sex is going to be off the chain. But a woman doesn't feel as good sexually when she hasn't been supported emotionally. So make sure that she is heard and understood, even if you don't agree, even if you think what she did was crazy, while you was on your phone anyway, you had the accident, and that's why you rear-ended somebody. Aside from all of that, when she is supported and understood emotionally, it will make everything on fire sexually, brothers. All right, ladies, can you go ahead and affirm that so the brothers will know what time it is? Can you let the brothers know that if we can have a great conversation and support each other emotionally in the living room, then we'll have a great time in the bedroom. Ladies, will you affirm and let the brothers know what time it is? All right, let's go. Let's move on to love nugget number 3. I'm gonna drop this one and then we'll have a quick Q&A, y'all, before I retire for the night. All right, relationship readiness. How do you know if you have a relationship mindset? A relationship mindset means that I am also ready to share my life. Shout out to my favorite R&B artist in the whole wide world, Mr. Kem. If you don't know who Kem is, look him up. He did a song 10 years ago, no, maybe 15 years ago, called Share My Life. Woo! My God. Um, but Kem sings this beautiful song, says, Share My Life. Pastor D, listen, I find this challenging. This is where I know that a lot of us, we don't have a relationship mindset. We don't. We don't. And I know that many of us don't have a relationship mindset because we say things like this. Well, yeah, Dr. G, I do want a man in my life. Yeah, Dr. G, I do want a woman in my life as long as they don't come over here and disrupt my peace. The fact that you are looking at this potential union as a potential disruption to your peace, it just shows me you don't have a relationship mindset yet. And it's okay. No judgment. This is just my observation. because there's no way. Listen, I'm a marriage focused man, y'all. I'm single. I'm a marriage focused man. I'm looking forward to this woman coming into my life to be a blessing to my life. I can't wait till she gets here. I'm excited about her coming. I'm excited about her being in my life. I'm excited about being in her life. I want to learn about her because I'm gifted and I have a wealth of experience. I've lived 2 lifetimes in terms of my work experience. So I have so much to pour into her. I'm looking forward to pouring into. Listen, let me tell y'all something, man. I've lived my life and I've made so many mistakes, and I'm at a place in my life where I'm ready to pour into this awesome woman, whoever she is. I'm ready to pour into her and give her everything that I can to build up her life and make her life better, make her life easier. I want her to wake up some mornings crying tears of joy that she feels like she's the most blessed woman on the planet. Okay? I want her glowing like a light bulb at all times. No, forget a light bulb. I want her glowing like a street light. Y'all remember the street lights. Better get your butt at home before the street lights come on. I want her glowing like a street light all times because of the love her man is pouring into her. Now, all of that said, listen, you got to be in a place where you are willing to share your life with a person. And many of you, I understand that there is a lack of having a proper relationship mindset because you are looking through the wrong lens. You're not looking at this person coming into your life, whomever God sends. You're not looking at them as a total blessing to your life. You're looking at them, yeah, they're going to be a blessing, but as long as they don't come and disrupt my peace, as long as they don't come over here and start tripping, as long as they don't come over here, Dr. G, and be on that bull, you know. And the fact that you're saying those things, that's rooted in your heart. Jesus gave us the principle. Out of the abundance of the things that are in your heart, your mouth will speak. And so the fact that you're speaking those things means that's rooted in your heart, which means those things are an impediment to having and maintaining a healthy love relationship. And listen, y'all, I'm not speaking this, from some place of perfect understanding and having it all together. I'm just a man who's lived. And I'm a man who's done some good things in relationships and made a bunch of mistakes in some relationships. But having been a married man and been cheated on in that marriage, I speak from a place of having done the soul work to get my heart healed. And I don't look at a woman coming into my life as a woman who's going to ruin me and take everything I got. Look at that woman coming to be a blessing and me being very clear in my understanding, being sharp in my discernment, having gained a multitude, rather a wealth of wisdom through my terrible experiences and hours of counseling and therapy. Hallelujah. Because you need Jesus and therapy. Having done that soul work, I'm now ready for my purpose partner. I am mentally, spiritually, emotionally prepared for her. Yes, absolutely. So I don't see her, Pamela. I don't see her, Brother Dwight. I don't see her, Sadira, as a potential disruption. She's a blessing. Hurry up and get here, girl. Shoot, shout out to Olita Adams. I don't care how you get here. Just hurry up and get here if you can. Praise God. I'll come and put you on my back and we and hurry up and get you here. Hey, Miss Linda Faye. All right. So the proper relationship mindset, it means that we got to be willing to share your life. Are you willing to make space for somebody? Drop this in the chat, family. I've been teaching the same thing for years. Every healthy relationship requires adjustments, changes, and sacrifices. If you're not ready and willing to make adjustments, changes, and sacrifices, you do not have a relationship mindset. You might desire a relationship, but you do not have, sir, you do not have, ma'am, a relationship mindset. Every healthy relationship requires adjustments, changes, and sacrifices. A business working relationship requires adjustments, changes, and sacrifices. A partnership in investments requires adjustments, changes, and sacrifices. And a healthy relationship, a love relationship that moves toward marriage and the marriage itself is going to always require adjustments, changes, and sacrifices. Thank you, Ms. Rhonda. It's an absolute necessity. It is not optional. Yes, come on, Evangelist Monica. Monica said, "Hey, just hurry on and get up here. Look, take I-95 and come on through. Take I-95. I'll give you the exit. Text me. I'll give you the exit." All right. Thank you, Sharon. So, last love nugget I'll give you for the night, family. What is needed for a relationship to have a mindset? Matter of fact, I'm gonna just kind of build on the last one that I gave you about sharing your life. Let me just build on this one. Um, you have to be ready to invest. All right. You have to be ready to invest. An investment, I'm not talking about monetary investment. I'm talking about investing yourself. All right. I realized something, and this is something that is very simple, but it was quite the epiphany that I recently discovered this year as I took my relationship group for 6 months and I met with them 47 sessions over a 6-month period in the Preparing for Real Love group. And the data that I've gathered from that, coupled with the experiences that I've had in talking with couples and singles and so on, I realized that our biggest problem, well, we have two. Number one is fear. In addition to fear, the other huge problem that prevents healthy love relationships, that prevents a marriage from flourishing, is that we don't want to die to ourselves. We don't want to die to being selfish. We don't want to die to our own personal agenda. We don't want to die to our own ambitions that exclude my partner. We don't want to die. Indicative of the fact that you are lacking a relationship mindset. I don't say this as a criticism. I say this as a teaching and as an observation. You grab it for yourself. And again, as the old saying goes, if the shoe fits, put that thing on. Indicative of the fact that you may be lacking a relationship mindset is that when you think of accomplishing something great, achieving something great, moving into a great new opportunity, you don't think about your partner being involved in that endeavor with you. You only see yourself in that endeavor. You only see yourself on that project. You only see yourself moving into that new opportunity, taking advantage of that, going here, going there. Every time you think about new things and new experiences, you're only thinking about you. You don't see your partner being there with you. You don't see your partner working with you to support you. You don't see you and your partner partnering together and building this thing together. And so that's selfishness. And the love chapter, 1 Corinthians 13, says that real love is not self-seeking. When I think about the wonderful opportunities that are in front of me, and there are some wonderful opportunities that are in front of me, I always see my partner there with me. I always see, listen, I ain't met her yet, but when I see, can I tell y'all? Yeah, can I share this with y'all? I haven't met her yet, but when I see myself there, what God is showing me, I see her in that picture. I see her in that frame. When I see myself getting on private jets and roll out, roll out, roll out. When I see myself rolling out, I see her with me. When I see myself flying out, she's getting flued out with me. Hey, Terry, I don't see myself doing life without her. So the myriad of wonderful opportunities that are in front of me, I don't see myself doing it without her. Guess what, y'all? I don't want to do it without her. It's not that I can't. I just don't want to. So the relationship mindset is an inclusive mindset, not an exclusive mindset. An inclusive mindset is that you see yourself doing great things with your partner, traveling, having wonderful vacay getaways, and all those things. You see yourself enjoying those experiences with your partner, not having that kind of life without your partner. All right. I am done for tonight. I hope that you all were blessed. I'll take two questions. Uno, dos. I will take two questions. And while you all are forming your questions, boom, I want to invite you to our relationship autopsy. Excuse me. This is why I got to take myself to bed, y'all. Ooh, my voice. Y'all pray for me too, because I've been kind of fighting off some stuff all excuse me. I've been fighting off something all day. Yeah, come on, Monica. There's no I in team. Linda Faye, you feel the same way? Come on, Miss Pamela. Listen, I want to invite you all to the relationship autopsy. We begin this 3-day intensive this coming Monday, the 18th, the 19th, and the 20th, 3 straight days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. You do not want to miss it. I'm actually doing double overtime for y'all. I'm doing 12 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Eastern, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. All right. You do not want to miss it. What is the purpose of a relationship autopsy? Well, just like a physical autopsy, which is designed to determine the cause of death, the relationship autopsy is the same. However, it's deeper. Not only are we working to determine the cause of death of why relationships went bad, why the marriage went bad, but we're also doing a thorough examination of ourselves in this great work relationship intensive, this workshop. Because the goal is to make sure that we learn from the mistakes of our past, identify those broken areas in our soul so that we don't repeat the mistakes of our past. Most of us have never truly confronted ourselves. We're angry at our ex. We're angry at the person we were with. We're angry and hurt by the betrayal. We're angry and hurt by the rejection. But we've never really examined ourselves thoroughly to find out, even after I discovered what went wrong, why did I still stay so long? Why did I stay so long, even after I knew this joker wasn't good for me? There's something wrong with me that I have to do a thorough examination of. And that is the purpose of this relationship autopsy. Listen, you do not want to miss this, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be life-changing for you. Now, if you enjoyed the content that we shared tonight, listen, this is barely scratching the surface of what we're going to be doing over this 3-day intensive starting Monday. Excuse me. It's coming Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the 18th, 19th, and the 20th. Again, we're doing 12 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Eastern. If you're in the Central Time Zone, that's 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. If you're in the Pacific Time Zone, if you're on the West Coast, that's 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Okay, you do not want to miss this, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be life-changing. You can register right now. It's only $97. And listen, if you want to do the VIP, which includes the Q&A session afterwards, you will enjoy that as well. That gives you exclusive access to me and the other wonderful people that are going to be involved, including my dear sister and friend, Sherry Shepard, is going to be with me. And I've got another special surprise guest that's going to bless y'all socks off as well. All right. Seasoned people in the area of marriage, relationships, and sex. So you don't want to miss this relationship intensive, okay? This coming Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Now, how many of you would like to register? Let me know tonight. How many of you want to register so I can get you all signed up tonight? Because this is something you cannot miss. If you have a relationship mindset, if you are relationship ready, if marriage is a part of your very near future, you need to get in like yesterday. You will not find this level of teaching anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you, you will not. All right, let's take two questions tonight, family, and then I'm going to get out of here and put this body in the bed. Let's take two questions tonight. Any questions tonight about what we shared or anything that you've been through or you are dealing with? I'll answer your questions to the best of my ability. All right. Yes. Thank you so much for that, Sadira. The two major areas that prevents us from having healthy relationships is fear. Fear is number one. And fear is multifaceted because fear shows up in many forms. Uh, we have philophobia, which is the fear of falling in love. People will say, "Oh my God, I really love her, but I just don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to get in a marriage because I have commitment issues." You don't have commitment issues. You committed to that job. You committed to that business. You committed to creating that awesome invention. You're committed to writing that book. You got that book done. You don't have commitment issues. You just have a fear of letting go and dying to self, so you can give yourself fully to a relationship that leads to marriage. That's it. People say they have trust issues. You get on planes with people that you don't even know, fly you 35,000 feet up in the air. Really? You ain't got no trust issue. You let a man, you let a woman fly you up in the air, somebody you don't even know, you didn't even see them, you don't even know their name, and they flew you 35,000 feet up in the air, and you went to sleep. You don't have trust issues. You just don't trust yourself. That's why you need to be in this relationship autopsy. Let's go. Let's do the soul work so we can have healthy love relationships, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I ain't getting it wrong no more. I done made enough mistakes. I done made enough mistakes to fill up a university, build a whole university library off of the mistakes that I've made in relationships. Let's go. Let's do that soul work so we can be ready. All right. I don't see any questions, so I'm gonna give another 60 seconds and I'm gonna go on and get out of here. But I love you. I hope you were blessed by the information we shared tonight. Thank you all for coming in and sharing part of your Saturday night with me. For those of you that don't know me, this is your brother G. Hightower, the Entanglement Coach, CEO of Real Love Nation. Real Love Nation is a relationship development, premarital consulting, and divorce recovery firm. I bring you 20 years of pastoral counseling experience, y'all. So I ain't new to this. I'm real true to this. I'm not just another talking head on social media. I have a God-ordained mission to build healthy love relationships. All right. So blessings on you. Have a good night. Thank you all again for coming in. And please, whatever you do, make sure you come back to the Late Night Love Chat. God bless you, fam.